Konnichiwa. So, I've lived in Japan for about 1.5 years now, and since I was stupid enough to major in the language, I've been studying it for almost 6 years. Now, I always say I'm survivably fluent in the language, as in I could go the rest of my life without learning any more Japanese and survive here just fine, but could I use it professionally and actually get paid for it? Apparently not. So rather than let all my years of effort go to waste, I thought I could impart some of my knowledge to you guys and give you a quick rundown of some useful words and phrases. So without further ado, here is how to speak Japanese. Sumimasen. So if you ever come to Japan, you can expect to use this word a lot. Conveniently, it means 3 things. Thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry. Basically, just say this word all the time and it's probably polite. Thanks. Sumimasen. So it can be used in the same way as arigato for thank you. So whenever people bring you stuff or hold doors open for you or whatever, sumimasen. Excuse me. Sumimasen. It can also be used to get people's attention. This is mostly how I find myself using sumimasen, in the context of, excuse me, can you get the out of my way? Because personal space just isn't the same here. Cultural differences. And sorry. Sumimasen. So, like gomen or gomenasai, it's also an apology, which you may find yourself doing a lot of if, like me, you come to Japan to work and commit every social faux pas imaginable. Daijobu. This is probably the only word you actually need to know. Basically, it means okay or that's fine. So if anyone ever asks you something and you have no idea what they just said, すいません。あなたのおっぱいを触っていいですか? Daijobu? Daijobu. You daijobu, bro? Huh? Bro? Daijobu, bro? OHAYO. So, like konnichiwa, this means hello, or specifically good morning. But you can only use it before 11 a.m. Yeah, I was actually told at what time to switch from OHAYO to konnichiwa by someone at work. So there's OHAYO, konnichiwa, and then konbanwa as your 3 main aisatsu, or greetings. Now, aisatsu are a big deal. When you pass someone at work, or come into your office in the morning, or leave in the afternoon, aisatsu. Pass a student in the hall? Aisatsu. Beginning and end of every class, their own special aisatsu. I've actually heard people correct themselves for using the wrong aisatsu for the time of day. Ohayo janai, konnichiwa. Okay. Shit is complicated though. Try leaving a bar at 4 a.m. and getting a cab and then telling the driver konbanwa and then having him totally non-facetiously respond, Ohayo gozaimasu? Like, thanks for the reminder that while I was out being a Yankee people were getting up to start their actual work day. And while we're in the vein of aisatsu, there's also OTSUKARE. This tops the list of practical Japanese I never learned in school. So literally translated, it means thank you for working hard. So you say this to your coworkers generally, but it's not that simple. There are hella rules about these aisatsu. So when you first see a coworker on a given day, you're meant to greet them by time of day. So ohayo, konnichiwa, whatever. And then every time after that, you're meant to switch to otsukare. Otsukare. So basically, you have to keep track of which coworkers you've already seen in a day to know how to properly greet them. It's like f***ing Sudoku in real life. And then of course there are all these different levels of formality in Japanese, so depending on your rank in the workplace and versus the person you're talking to, you might have to use a different version of this saying. Me, being the bottom bitch, I always have to use super formal. Now, I can't help but think that there's an element of facetiousness in this saying. Unlike an actual Japanese teacher who works like 20 hours a day and basically lives at their workplace, I show up much later and leave much earlier than all of them do. I don't spend nearly the amount of time there that they do. So sometimes when I get otsukare, it comes off like, oh, thank you for your hard work. You're welcome. But that's probably just me projecting. But even worse than that is when people don't otsukare me back. Otsukare-sama desu. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. F***ing blanked. I see how it is. Alright. How f***ing dare you? And finally, a common mistake. Sayonara. Don't say this. So technically it means goodbye, but it's like the final goodbye. It's just really, really formal. I've only ever heard it used between students and teachers when they have to be really polite to each other, but it's not your everyday use of bye. Like if you're leaving work or something, you're gonna say shitsurei shimasu or some other convoluted shit. And if you're saying goodbye to friends, then you're gonna say ja ne or mata ne for like see you. If I say sayonara, people give me weird looks. Every time, without fail. I have yet to find a context in which to properly use it. So on that note, sayonara. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll be back. I can't leave all you guys hanging. Bye. Bonus phrase. So since it's winter,寒いですね, which just means it's cold. Yeah, it is. You're right. It's cold. However, if someone says this to you when it's not actually cold out, it means you're dressed like a skank. Not gonna lie, this might have happened to me a few times. シャロト先生, 寒いですか? Yes? No, not really. It's basically a really polite, passive way to tell you that you're a f***up. It's not awkward or confusing. What's your favorite Japanese word?
That would have to be your mom.
Cool. And then of course there are all these different levels of formality within this phrase. So depending on your wank? Alright, cool. Leaving that in. No.
日本の夏狭いからね.